wanna kill me. It's a part of my reflection. It's just a night. Cause I be on my own. Then I work hard, play hard, I'm back on that side. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98. I don't want your number. Every day, like summer. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98. Work hard, play hard, I'm back on that side. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98. I'm just one love. Need to love some. Wait, 98. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98. Fly on that side, chain high. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98. Every day like summer. Just that 98. Let me get on that 98.
Hey, hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Whitney. Hey, Angela. Hey, Bush babies. I went back and fast for this. And this is not even the intimate. This is the chat Interview, we gonna get to the interview, but won't be today because this is a long show, right? But hi, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I don't know. I know Nick remembers this. Nick remembers everything. Nick has been with me through everything. She is the glue. I don't know what Nick don't remember, right? But Nick, we going back, way back. What's up, JC? We going back, way back into time. This is not even the interview that I did with her mother. This is the chat that led up to the interview that I did with her mother. So this is not. This is just a chat. I had to. Whew, took me time to find stuff. Stuff be disappearing, but I found it. It took me forever, but I found it. So a lot of times we're gonna be talking. It's not gonna be me in real time, right? It's gonna be me in real time. I was gonna make this a members only. I think after I finish, it will be a members only. I don't know. I don't know. Don't forget if you ain't hit that like, hit that like. Without further ado, let's start this show, right? It didn't start out as a chat, but it came into a chat, right? So, Nick, let's go back down memory lane. All right, Nick, here we go. Oh lordy, Nikki back, Nikki back with the, she back with the. She know I love this one. She know this is my favorite picture. My favorite picture. All right, let's go. That wants to have a natural birth. I hope it's possible. But natural births, the baby still, they still have to take the baby to the doctor. What? I don't know. Things change. Who the heck knows? But let's, oh God, I done messed up. Hey, Blanche. Hey, baby. No, Nature Boy told you that. Are you still listening to Nature Boy? Babies do not just come out. You gotta, I don't know who told you that. Every woman, some is better than others, but your second baby is usually, the first baby is usually the longest labor. The second baby hurts the worst, but it get on out of there. It gets on out of there. Don't forget this video, courtesy of Nosy Itch. Check her out. Hey, Felicia Melanated Woman Grant. Hello, lovely. Hey, Sharana. I don't know, girl. She don't even know.
by making midwives bleed. Oh wow. You had an epidural and he tore you up. Gosh, that was sound too fun. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the gift, Rhonda. You had an epidural. Yeah, I would never get it. I don't want to get an epidural.
Yeah,
Like
don't
I would
say what
never
you
get an
gonna do.
epidural ever again. I got an epidural with Eliana because I was, girl, that pain. That pain was like unbearable. Like I couldn't do it.
Exactly.
I couldn't do that pain. Nah, I couldn't. Sorry. I don't care how natural your mama said it was, but I couldn't take that pain. That pain was excruciating. That pain was horrible, actually. Actually, that pain was so bad. I never forgot it. Even though I don't remember physically how I feel, I I never forgot that. Like I never forgot that. Like I remember. I would never forget how Ileana came out. Like, bro, like
We were there
then
with you. We was
this
there
is
with
another
you.
thing that I was worried about. And let me know if y'all have some suggestions or opinions or whatever. But something I was worried about during this pregnancy, which happened with Eliana, Ellie was so big that she cut off my bladder. So my pee was filling up in my bladder. And when I was going into labor, they had to basically do an emergency catheter. And I've been experiencing that this pregnancy, not as bad as Eliana, but I could tell like every every week I make a week, another week, it's kind of getting more rough. But like I be having to like pick her head up inside of me to like pee. I don't know, it's really crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to do about that. I just kind of like I just keep peeing as much as possible. Huh? You have pain in the bottom of your back. Mm. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm doing November. In May, November. But yeah, this baby's gonna be just as interesting as absolutely, absolutely. All I remember was push and I went out. What you mean you went out? What you mean you went out? See, no, I don't got time to be going out. What you mean you went out? Where did you go, honey? I appreciate that, Lizzie Boo. Yeah, I did tell them what happened last time. They didn't tell me nothing. But I have an appointment. I have 2 appointments next week, so I'm gonna just ask them when I come. Oh no. You don't have to answer those questions. Thank you, Maya. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be a situation anyway. Can't nothing scare me at this point. No, no. See, that's why. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I don't have milk. Stop doing that for me. That's how I felt with Ellie. I felt like I was gonna pass out, but that's why I know I need water. I need water. Like I want to have a water birth. Eliana, Yeah, I know.
Exactly, Blanche. Mm-hmm.
This time is gonna be really different. I'm excited, but I'm not trying to be nervous either because y'all, I honestly just don't have the strength for any extra emotion. Like I don't, I don't have the emotion. I don't have the strength for all the extra emotion. Exactly. Yeah, but I don't have milk right now. I know some people breastfeed, still breastfeed their baby, but I don't have milk, so like, wow, like I can't, I don't have nothing to give her. Like, and it's actually annoying when like she tries to put in my boob, because my boobs are already sensitive. Like my boobs personally are really sensitive. You know, like I don't really like my boobs to be touched for real. But when I was breastfeeding her, it wasn't an issue. It wasn't a problem. But like the slightest thing would like cause my boobs to be irritated, you know, and I just really don't like it. And so after I got pregnant, it went back, you know, I went back to normal. Like I don't really want to be touched right there. I don't really want to be fondled. It just feels very weird for me. I don't really like it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, she still be trying though. Well, when you know when you get pregnant, your body basically readjusts itself to the newborn. You know, so like I'm producing colostrum, you know, just a little bit of colostrum, but that's about it. You know, like it comes out from time to time with a little pressure, but yeah, I know. I know Eliana, right? It's funny because when I had Eliana, my colostrum was coming out a week before I gave birth, and I was feeling the tablespoons. Like it's crazy.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We doing good. Girl,
She
I'm
got
still.
better again, huh?
Yeah, I know one thing. I'm still tired from the daggone that damn rabbit hole yesterday.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I
Um,
tried. I hung in there till the end though. I mean, it was hard. I mean, it was so much. It just kept
Mhm.
going and going and going. At Kelly Price. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you missed the daily news. Her mother husband said she ain't even do nothing for the mother for when she passed away. No, we're gonna get more into that story, but let's finish with this one.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna go back over the daily news at the end.
hey, you need money tomorrow. How? Tell me how, Miss Columbia. Tell me, show me, point me in a show me, tell me how to get, how to do it, how to do it. Cause guess what? You don't have to
Hey
be tall,
Pat,
extremely tall to model.
Hey
I
Pat
don't have
Max,
to
how you
be
doing?
she
skyscraper
said
tall. I could
yes.
be the same height I am.
Oh God.
Eliana, you know, I want to,
Hey,
you know,
all of
I
y'all
want to.
coming in. What's up, Summer? Hey, Chase. Hey, Chance. Spice. I said hi to JC already, right? What's up, Jay?
Thank you, Ohio.
Don't worry.
Ohio, Ohio.
Y'all
Thank
gotta
you.
see how we get there. Y'all gotta see how we get there. Y'all gotta see how we get there.
I do. I do know my but it's a process.
She pregnant with
I do
Eliana.
that, and
She pregnant with Ivy.
every time somebody be like, "Oh yeah, Agency wants to model with you or do something with you," it never, it never goes through. So
This is just a
nice to meet
chat.
Keisha.
The interview will be
Hey, lady, how are
tomorrow.
you?
This
Hey
just a chat
Keisha,
we
how are
have,
you?
but it's
I'm
still
doing
good.
good. Or
Cokeisha Will. It's Cokeisha.
Keisha,
Yes, thanks for inviting
Oh,
me on.
Nick, you should
how are
remember.
you?
I am well. I'm doing good. Just got done cooking Sunday dinner.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. A little
Ooh,
bit.
steak, baked, baked chicken for my.
Genuineness
That's
when
so
it's not
Thank
going
sweet.
you,
to be
Chris.
paid in return. So I might as well
Yeah.
myself and give it to my kids and give it to people who genuinely deserve it rather than just keep spewing it out to people who don't care because that's draining.
Okay. You want to know something though? Being I'm an Aquarius as well. So sometimes I watch you and I get so frustrated and angry at you through my phone.
For met, my mom, she's been through a lot. You know,
Uh-huh.
there's stories that I know about my mom that just
Oh
blows my
God,
mind.
Pat.
And I sit there and I
Well,
think
you could
like,
get more love.
wow, I can't even blame her for some of the things that she only knows how to do because that's all she.
I also had to understand that. It's funny because there's a lot of similarities we have. I was very close to my dad. My dad was very loving. My mom, I didn't get along much with being an Aquarius that I am. And I had to understand my mom was living through survival mode. She was trying to survive, and that's how she raised me. And I'm not saying that everything she did was okay, but sometimes I also have to understand where she came from, how she grew up, what she's went through, what she's endured, how she doesn't know certain things are right from wrong. And the only thing that I can really do, because like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, not comparing that to our mothers, but it's just the only way we can change that is how we raise our children.
And that
We
goes,
break that.
that goes for every and anything. It's just, you know, it's not a one way thing. And I hate that people feel targeted and like defensive because it's really like if we stop making everything about ourselves, the world as identity, like the collective, we would be in a total different mind state. We wouldn't even personally like, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing I keep
Yeah.
Been there.
and not really paying attention to what people say about me because I realized like, man, they got so many people out here in this world. They got people that's being kicked down. They got people that's being hurt, being kicked, watered down. You know what I'm saying? On social media, I'm being strong for those people. I'm
So,
being a
put your
voice for those people. I'm continuing to live my
put
life
it
What?
the
on
way
mute.
that
See if
I
it
see
stop
fit.
echoing.
That's
In
her.
in
Oh,
comparison to those people and making sure that their voice is heard too. It's so much that's happening with me that
I think she's
really
on speaker.
you won't really look at it
She
like that
talking
because
through her
society
speaker.
is taught to teach us how to only look at it from a personal, every man for himself, selfish, you know, get
Yeah.
grown, and so I look at the collective, and that was the main reason why I went to go be with Eliana's dad.
Yeah.
We were doing something for humanity, and when I truly found out that that wasn't right, obviously I'm not gonna be continuing to give my energy
Look
that
at,
like I'm
look at
not about
Nick
to
Nick with the same picture.
continue to keep breaking myself down,
Look at Nick
and I'm not
Nick
getting nothing
with
in
the
return
same
when
picture.
I actually have good to give. When there's
Wow.
actually people out here who deserves my goodness that I have.
But what's so beautiful is that, you were able to get away from all that, you going there thinking, that you were there for a greater good, and your dad putting his time, effort, and strength and his all into, protecting you and getting you away from that environment. And it's almost like his soul is finally rested. It's like he's able to be at peace now. Do you ever think that way? Because
Oh yeah,
wow, he's just a
yeah. Like when she, I'm thinking of Aviana, but when he passed away, I was left with such a like people, and I don't know if people will understand this, and but I'm glad that I have it because I don't know how I would be, if I didn't have the peace that I have with myself. Once my dad passed away, I understood my dad so deep before he passed away that I literally feel like I'm him, and I can give you a
yeah.
was like I don't know if y'all seen my stepmom. She was like posting just like some videos of my dad right when right when he passed away, and he was dancing with my grandma. That's what I do. I dance. Like me and my dad, we always used to dance. Me and my grandma, we always every time I see her, I get up and I start dancing with her. My dad was very big on music. I'm big on music. Like that's my thing. And a whole bunch of other stuff like that's like in the treasure box that no one really knows about. But when he passed away, man, I was like, wow. I felt like you ever felt like in life you been being like you was being held back, like something was holding you back in a way. Like I don't want to say not held back, but like it was a tug behind you, spiritual.
Hmm.
When he passed away, that was
It's like you take 2 steps forward and then 10 back. It's like something is always. I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, it was like that. Like it felt like everything that was like trying to force
Hey, Booski.
every like pulling at me from behind was
Hey,
released,
Captain.
and I felt this sense of new beginning. I felt this sense of like uh follow the yellow brick road. Like if I could make sense out of it. I found I felt the path before me, and I prayed, like I prayed because I had a lot of conflict around following that path and getting off to go to his funeral and doing these other things. But it was like I was weighing my pros and cons, at the end of the day, and my cons of going backwards outweighed my pros of going forward. That I didn't want to jeopardize that because I have so much on my plate. I don't think people realize that. Like, I have a lot
She
on my
dances.
plate. On top of the fact that this person came into my life that made me, not even made me, but you know what I'm saying, like coerced me in a way and persuaded me to be rude to my family, be rude to my dad, be rude to my brothers and my sisters, and have completely destroyed all of those relationships. No one knows what I'm truly
You know
like.
what? You know what? I'm so sorry, fellas, darling, but truth or no troll, I've been reading you, and the things that you're saying, it's wrong because some mothers are wrong. Some mothers are toxic. We need to stop in the Black community. We need to stop assuming just because someone brought you into this world that you're supposed to accept it.
Oh, hold up now. You don't know her mother from Adam and Eve. Miss Selena, get up here. Miss Selena, get up here and come read this check. As soon as you get
I
off
know
that
she
phone
said
call, how do
Nana.
you tell somebody to study? Man, listen. Now, keep in mind, keep in mind, I don't know that me and Selena would be talking. I just happened to say that. Remember, I don't plan these things, right? I don't plan these things. So when you hear me saying that, even though you are going to see her because it is going to be a chat, I had no idea. I had no idea. Remember, this is a throwback. This is like a 3-year-old video. This is a throwback. But the interview, this is not the interview. The interview I might do tomorrow. But this is just the chat when we have to chat. Does she think the rest of it? Well, actually, it's the other lady who stated that, not Velvet this time, but You'll hear the lady speaking. Well, I'm gonna go back into this. I don't know, but how my man Tupac said, "Ain't a woman alive that can take my mama place." Okay, there's nobody. You can't tell me nothing. You cannot tell me nothing about my mother. I wouldn't care if that you can. And thank you, Debbie. Well, hold up. Well, hold up. Stop it. Stop it. Who the funk is you? Who the funk is you? Yo, these Oh, what people she got said. some ish. Now, why you couldn't keep it on the baby? Why couldn't you just keep it on her, the baby, and now you want what I'm the Aquarius? You want me to really tell you about type of Aquarius you are? You better Hey, stop that Paula. lady. I can't believe she did that. It was going nice and smooth. She said something nice. Her parents are strong, and she still was basically back on her dad because it's still fresh. And instead, this chick go throwing the mama under the bus. So it's like for them to reconcile, people's like throwing fire into it. You know what I'm saying? Throwing coal in the fire. This woman has the audacity to judge her mom. I'm fuming. Yeah. Don't know her for Adam or Eve. But we're gonna rewind that little bit apart because hold up. I got the best chat ever. You know? She threw me right. She threw me right now. Here we go. Stop it. Now we're gonna see what Velvet has to say.
Always, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. Like it felt like everything that was like trying
Yeah,
to pull
Pat.
everything like pulling at me from behind was released. And I felt this sense of new beginning. I felt this sense of like uh follow the yellow brick road. Like if I could make sense out of it, I found I felt the path before me, and I prayed, like I prayed because I had a lot of conflict around following that path and getting off to go to his funeral and doing these other things. But it was like I was weighing my pros and cons, at the end of the day, and my cons of going backwards outweighed my pros of going forward. And I didn't want to jeopardize that because I have so much on my plate. I don't think people realize that. Like, I have a lot on my plate, on top of the fact that this person came into my life that made me, not even made me, but you know what I'm saying, like coerced me in a way and persuaded me to be rude to my family, be rude to my dad, be rude to my brothers and my sisters, and have completely destroyed all of those relationships. No one knows what I'm truly like.
You know what? I'm so sorry, Velvet, darling, but truth or no troll, I've been reading you, and the things that you're saying, it's wrong because some mothers are wrong. Some mothers are toxic. We
She wasn't talking about her mama. She's talking about Nature Nut, and you threw her mother under the bus. She was talking about Nature Nut. But let's go.
we need to stop in the Black community. We need to stop assuming just because someone brought you into this world that you're supposed to accept anything that comes from them. You know nothing about her relationship with her mother. You don't know who's at fault. All you keep doing is judging. And that's one thing I've noticed. Most toxic people can relate to other toxic people. So they're so quick to judge and say, oh, well, that mother was right. And it's you. And it's you. You have
I've
no
been
idea
reading
what
her.
happened. So I suggest you just stop with the commentary. It's really getting annoying. You did. You were saying a lot of specific things earlier. You were saying, why don't you just let your daughter be with her father? Well,
My girl said, hold it, stop. I've been reading you. I've been reading you. And she listening to this. I've been reading you. So she again, we got people who don't know nothing and then try to hit it with the I've been reading you. And basically
She's
she's trying
talking
to
to the people in the chat. She talking to the people that's in their chat.
no, she was talking no, at the other part she was talking to people in chat. But as she was talking about the relationship that was broken, then she said, stop, Velvet. I've been reading you. I rewinded again. She said, I've been reading you. Going back with your mother or what it is when you lose one parent, especially if you was like estranged from any of your parents. I think the chat is basically saying You need to make an amends with your mother. I think basically that's all they're saying because you only got her left now. Pops has transcended,
Right.
So Pops has transcended. So as Velvet is talking about these things, she goes to tell them all. The caller had a Hillary Banks profile. Oh, I don't know. But all I do know is that at that point, if nobody was speaking negatively, she decided to stop everybody and then wants to bring up the black community. What the hell that got to do? What?
Where did that come from?
Every
That
time I
part.
turn around, y'all want to dog out women. Are you one of them pink pills? Well, let me
Now,
stop.
when
Let
she
me tell
said
you
that,
something.
when she said that, that reminded me of Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, boss lady. You know what I'm saying? Nope, everybody's trying to keep it positive. Like we hear a bunch of Caucasian people all day long. Don't cover up they mess. So people got some ish with them. Soon as I can see where she was there, she made talk about the whole community. It's the whole community now. All right, let me rewind that. And then I hopefully Velvet catch it with a counter punch. They say she sounded like Anna, but nah, Anna Banana voice is not exactly like that.
And he knows that. And honestly, anyone with common sense, I'm so sorry, and I don't even want to mention his name, but anyone with common sense would keep their child away from that. Just go on YouTube and watch videos, see what kind of person he is. That would be a very sick and scary thing to do, to leave a child with him. That is insane.
Yeah.
That is scary.
There's a lot, there's a lot of stuff that he tries to be in denial about, but that is called an extreme narcissistic person.
Narcissism.
That's called the devil.
What you
That's called
Okay, she
demon.
ready now.
That's what
All
that
right,
is.
baby.
You know what I'm saying? And I look, I don't even want to go too deep into it because it's like
The younger us and the older us. All right, this might be the interview. This might be the interview. I don't know. So, we go back into time, talk to the older us, and then we got to speak to the older version of us and let them know this might be the interview and not the chat. I don't know. Whatever. Damn it. But you got to have a conversation with. But it's two more videos because it's three people in you, right? So we want to take it back. You don't have to say what you would want to say to the young Selena, but you could. But let's take it back to the young Selena.
mm-hmm.
So this is the interview then, not the young Selena.
To be honest with you, at 44 years old, I would say I'm still stuck at the young Selena because the same controversies, the same controversies that I faced then, I face today.
I got a good video for you. It's called I sent it to you. As I did it on my other page, but I told people you got to get to it. So, was there any happy days for the younger Selena?
Yes, it was happy, and I'm gonna tell you, like the happiest in when we had a business meeting last night that brought me back to what we're talking about right now. I was 16 years old, pregnant with my first child, and by the time I was 17, I had two. And even though it was a very dark situation, it was a very dim situation, it brought me a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. Because the joy and happiness that I was looking at was the fact that I had a chance to change the generational curses that was going on with my mom and my situation. Because a lot of times as young children, we say, well, my mama wrong for this, and my mama's wrong for that, and my mama did this, and my dad did that, right? But then when we have our own children, we a lot of times commit the same mistakes that we say was done wrong towards us.
Mm-hmm.
So why practice those same mistakes? Why not change it?
Hey, Big Franco.
So even as a little girl being pregnant, a child being pregnant, all I could play in my mind was, you have the opportunity to change things. You have the opportunity to get things right. And that was a very happy time in my life.
So, what was your support system at the age of 16?
I didn't have one.
Because I think this is very important, because people have to understand that, you know, even if you're grown in your 30s, some people have kids in their 40s, nothing prepares you for being a parent. Nothing makes a man stay. Don't think because you older and you wiser, that makes the man older and wiser. Absolutely not. My kids are 16 and a half years apart. And they both of them were no good. But either way, I thought it was going to be better. But so basically, you had to do everything on your own. So how was it like? Was you like still in school, or you had to work, or like what did you have to do with that 16-year-old with that first baby?
With that 16-year-old with the first baby, I did hair. I was doing hair while I was in high school. I started doing hair when I was like 12 or 13 years old. So my clientele was very lucrative. I made money at 16 years old to support my child, and then at 17 having the second kid, I still was doing hair. I got on the bus, I mean, with a baby on one hip, a hooded hair dryer, and a backpack on my back with hair supplies and a diaper bag, and got on the bus and went and did hair. I did what I had to do to support my kid. I didn't stop and complain about it. I didn't stop and cry about it. I cried later. Shoot, I look back at it now and cry now. But I did what I had to do. I just wasn't built like that. I wasn't built like, I have lemons. I'm gonna sit here and suck on these sour lemons. No, I'm gonna find me some sugar. I'm gonna give me some sugar the best way I know how, and we're gonna make lemonade.
Yes. So how many siblings did you have?
I had 3 other siblings. I'm the baby.
Hey baby, I'm the baby. So did you get any help from your siblings?
Not really.
Or did they have kids too, or was just you?
They had kids too.
Okay.
They had kids too. I was a babysitter a lot of times. By the time I had gotten married, I was the stay at home mom. So I babysat everybody's kids. I had a house full of kids at all times.
So how was you and your mother and your father relationship? If you would like to talk about that, you could say good, bad, and just go ahead, or you can talk. That's up to you.
I could talk a little bit about it. I mean, I won't get into, I don't believe in being on social media bashing parents. That's completely disrespectful.
Right.
And just like I know, the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father, shall your days live shall be long.
Commandment.
So and I live by that. I grew up on that. Did I practice that always? No, I'm human. Let's get that straight. I'm human. I did not practice that always. I was a very young child. I was younger than Velvet. Around the times when I got pregnant was when me and my mom had a very combative relationship, and I was disrespectful. I was a kid. I didn't know better. When you know better, you do better. So we know better now. And I'm going to say the same thing about Velvet. Velvet is running around here with the Bible, but Velvet don't know that Bible. If she knew it, she would do better. You're still online. You still okay. But anyway, back to me.
No, because I just want people to understand you, because they so not knowing that, and this is so vital, because I need for people to take themselves backwards. So hopefully, whenever you're ready, you're gonna have to have that talk with that 8-year-old. You got to start with the 7 to 5-year-old, and then you have to say, I apologize for blah blah blah, or even though that things happen to me and whatever I didn't do, or whatever, that's something you got to do to yourself. But you have to start talking. I always preach that. Now,
Right. But back to your
first
question. I don't want
is
to get away
okay.
from your
First
question.
two
With my
kids.
mom and dad, my mom and dad were not together. I don't know my dad. I did see him every other summer. He was court ordered to get me every other summer. But when I was with my dad, I was with my grandma. He dropped me off with grandma to go to work. So I really never got to know my dad for who he was. I know who he is. I'm not an illegitimate child. I know who he is. I just never developed a relationship with him because I lived with my mom. They were divorced. With my
Mhm.
mom, we went through what we went through. I can't even say I know why. I don't even know why. Till this day, I don't know why. Till this day, me and my sister have a lot of conversations about how we can fix this. And then when we do try to fix it, it becomes a combative situation. And when stuff gets combative, I shut down. And that's the
Mm,
reason why I wasn't online with this whole thing about Larry versus Selena.
yeah, yeah. So you moving on up,
Hmm.
16, you meet this guy. This would not be Mr. Marquez, correct?
Yes, it will be. So Mr.
Oh,
Marquez,
I thought you had a kid
actually,
before him.
I had two kids before Larry.
All right, so let's get to that dad first before because Mr.
Okay.
Marquez come after him.
Yes, Mr. Marquez came after the two kids. So Mr. Marquez is no stranger to me. We didn't meet um at 18 and I had two kids and he didn't know me before. Larry has known me since I was 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
Larry lived across the street from me. And of course, I was a little girl. I had a crush on him, and he was cool. He had on the combat boots, and he used to sit on the porch with his friends, and they were doing their thing. And that was cool to me. I was a kid. So I had a crush on him. But we were neighbors. I saw him with various girlfriends or whatever like that. So when I started growing up and I was moving on doing my own thing, that crush dissipated, right?
Mm.
So I end up with two kids. And then he comes out of the clear blue sky and he just started popping up, visiting. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time because we already were familiar with each other. You lived across the street. So it was like, oh, hey, lad, what's going on? But come on, let's go get something to eat. And we went out to get something to eat. Like we went to McDonald's and Burger King. So I'm
Mhm.
really not thinking you're trying to push up on me, right? So I just played it left. And then one day he came and I was sitting on the porch when he pulled up. He got out of the car, he sat down and talked to me, and he was like, hey, what do you think about me and you? And then I went back to that place of me having a crush on him.
Oh, so at that
And
point, what was
then,
the relationship with the kid's father? And then now you having a crush, you and Larry starting to talk, or was he just out there?
well, just like I was a teenager, their father was a teenager as well. And he basically denied the kids and was like, I don't even think that's my kids. I'm out. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to make nobody stick around for something they don't want to be in. I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
make you miserable because I'm unhappy. So once dad said what he said, I was like, all right, nigga, kick rocks. Because the same energy that I need to put into running behind you to take care of these two kids or running behind child support, that's the same energy I need to take care of my kids.
Oh, okay. So now Mr. Larry pulls on up. Hey, I always liked you, girl. I think you're so pretty. And you could finish the conversation now.
And I was bought hook, line, and sinker. Or sold. That's one. Sold. I was sold hook, line, and sinker. So, so after that, I thought this was going to be the best relationship I ever been in. I thought this was the love of my life.
Right, before you
I
go that far, let's get back. Let's start with the good times. Then we could move
Okay.
because we know none of this happened overnight, and a lot of women need to know that it does not happen overnight. And then maybe at certain points in time, you can like say, okay, now this is a red flag. That's a red flag. I should have seen that.
Well, really, to be honest, okay, so I'm shit. I can't remember no half the times. But
Oh
anyway,
God.
I went into it. I went into it as a little girl with this crush, and whatever red flags I saw, I felt as though it was gonna change.
So that was
And
the 12.
then
Was that the 12 year? So when time you got, he started rapping to you. That was the 12-year-old you saying, I finally got my crush.
yes, yes.
You could take
So
it from there.
so I have two kids. Larry has a daughter, and he's going through what he's going through with his baby mama issues. And then my children's dad is estranged. That's completely dead. So we get into this thing where, well, Selena, they don't need to know about their daddy. I'm their daddy. And I felt as though okay, so that was a happy time. Because I felt as though, okay, this man gonna step up, he gonna take care of two kids that's not his. Like, I done hit the jackpot. It's on and popping. I'm at that point, I'm thinking about marriage. Like, because I got two girls, I don't want to be jumping around from man to man. I don't want all these different men in their lives. I'm familiar with Larry, I'm familiar with his family. Like, we already family. So we just stepped it up to the next level, is what I was thinking was going to
Mhm.
happen eventually. Okay. So by this time, the red flags was the difference in children. So the
Mhm.
difference in children was Velvet wasn't born yet. My kids were treated differently from what was his kids. Like, he was always given like an ultimatum type of situation where you can't see your kid unless you take your kid shopping. But it would be on a weekend where, or let's just say it would be a weekend where we had plans to take my kid shopping to buy winter coats. So my two would end up not getting winter coats, and then his kid would end up getting everything. So that was one red flag because you set a difference.
Mhm.
So then I put it on the back burner. And as long as those situations wasn't happening, I felt like, okay, well, we could get past that. That's mediocre. That's petty. We could get past it. So I got past it, but he never did. Because what ended up happening was he's, doing everything for his kids and nothing for mine. And I feel like my kids are being put on the back burner. So what I started doing was I started hustling. I started doing hair. I started doing supper plates. I started baking cakes and putting cakes in barbershops and beauty salons to make extra money. And of course, with my little welfare check, because we're not married yet, I'm taking
Mhm.
care of my kids. And of course, my darkest child is the oldest. So she would get what she needed, and sometimes my second kid wouldn't get, but she would get the hand me downs. And that's what a lot of these children don't understand these days. Is like, if you can't do for one, don't do for none. That's not how this works. I'm gonna let my oldest child walk around without shoes or with high waters on because I can't provide for two children. No, you provide for the one child who needs, and then you
Mhm.
pass those clothes down to the second child. So that's how that went. And Larry perceived it as Sydney, or my oldest daughter, is my golden child, and this is how he portrayed her to her siblings. So now her siblings doesn't have a relationship with her.
Mhm. So how
So
how old is she now?
she's 26.
All right, I'm sorry. You can go back. So they called her the golden child,
Child.
and now she doesn't have a relationship with her other siblings because he separated his kids from your kids. So now he's feeling like you're doing more for the other two than the ones you have for him. So now, in his mind, that's creating a separation, correct?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry, my phone was ringing. I had to phone
In
call.
his mind, you're doing more for your kids before him than the ones you have for his. So that's causing a separation. So being that your older child, of course they're growing faster, their feet are getting big, they're going through growth spurts, but he made that a problem and called that child the golden child. So was that said around the other kids where they was able to hear that? Miss Selena?
I think her phone was ringing. Come on, you guys, hit the like button. Let's get some likes going here.
Miss Selena? Okay, she got us on mute for a little bit. Hold on.
She tells her life story. Y'all hit the like button for this lady.
Her device has got to reconnect. She's still here. Okay.
Hello?
Miss Selena?
I'm here.
All right. Now,
Okay,
I was
I'm
saying,
back.
when he was calling your daughter the golden child, what was was he saying that around the other kids? Were they able to hear that? And did they
Yes.
start to think that, or what?
Yes, they were. But when they were younger, he didn't drive it as hard as he did until after we divorced.
Oh.
So, but yes, he would say it in front of them. But what I recognize it as is what, and I recognize this after the fact. I didn't realize that it was happening when it was happening. What was happening is basically what he was doing was he was reflecting it off on me.
Now,
Because
keep in mind, people, she's 16, 17. I don't believe you're 20 years old yet.
no, I'm not 20 years old.
So
yet.
keep that in mind, people. She's not 20 years old yet. So the person who you hear now speaking is under 20 years old. So she has 2 kids, and now she's with a man the 12-year-old was in love with.
Right.
All right.
And
so go ahead.
and I'm 18 at the time, and I'm thinking, well, the difference of the kids is not a big deal, even though I know now it is, but it's not a big deal because what do I need most? And I need a roof over these kids' heads. I don't have any backbone. I don't have any support, any help to live with someone else. So I'm going to take this opportunity and what I looked at as security, and I'm going to latch myself onto it. And that's what I did.
Now, one point in time, I'm probably going to go backwards, but I don't know how true this is, but at one point in time, did he want to be polygamous? Is that a true story that Velvet said or not?
No.
Huh? Miss Selena?
She having technical difficulty.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Hello?
Yeah, Miss Selena?
Okay, you're back now. I can hear you now.
Okay. At one point in time, Velvet said her father wanted to be polygamous, and you did not. So can you tell us, was that true or not?
Okay, that happened, and he didn't put it out there like polygamy. What he put it out there was like, he would mention having more than one wife, being Muslim. He even went as far as to visit the Muslim temple, and I just didn't adhere to it. I was very combative. Because I'm a woman who wants to be respected. I don't want you to mention or come to me and talk to me about a 3-way sexual situation. That's not respect to me. You're not gonna respect me, and I'm gonna demand my respect. So I was very combative, and not combative with my hands, but combative verbally. I cussed him out.
Yeah, because I know a lot of times when he used to put Velvet on the spot, it was made to look like you were the generational curse, because because the father wanted polygamy and he believed in it. So now she needs to do it, but you're the generational curse because I'm quite sure you heard these stories or you saw these videos.
Yes.
So you know where I'm coming from. So a lot of times that was, pushed out there, So, okay.
Well, Velvet displays that every time she opens her mouth when she
Mhm.
says, "My daddy understands my lifestyle." What she's saying to y'all is, "My daddy understands my lifestyle, and my mama is completely against it."
Right. Correct. Correct. Because people get that confused. And I'm like, okay. So basically, you know, um, do you feel that him wanting that lifestyle is because he was never ready to like take in being the dad for all the kids and having one woman, or maybe he thought that he could, but he realized I still want to be a player.
He wanted to be a player.
Right, because
Um,
sometimes
it was portrayed and still is portrayed that I did not handle my wifely duties very well. Well, you don't get 6 kids by looking at each other.
or sometime back in the days, every time that 6 kids didn't come because they could have been doing maybe just them 6 times and the baby came out of
I,
it. But
are you gonna put it? You gonna put your semen in a cup and I'm gonna eat it, and that's how we make kids.
but again, he's how much is y'all the same age or how much age?
No, Larry died at 49. I'm 44.
Oh, he didn't make 50 yet.
No.
I'm older than both of y'all. I mean, I'm 21 forever. I just want to make sure I'm legal, and that's it. And I stop right there. My own daughter's older than me, but all right. So at this point, okay. So now these babies keep popping out and popping out. So now, was he working? How was you managing? Because now these babies start popping. They popping out, and then emotionally for your, because I think that you're older now, so you're speaking as how you would speak for yourself at this age. But if you're speaking for yourself as of the 12-year-old, then the 16-year-old, 17 or whatever, how did that person feel as them babies start popping out? Like, did you ever feel like what did I get myself into? Like, is there a out, or I'm stressful because I've been stuck here. I got a man, I got babies, and there's so much life I did not get to. Give us a little.
That feeling didn't come on until like baby number 7. Okay, so as the babies kept coming, I felt some type of way, and I did talk to him about it, and he just kept reassuring me that this is what a married couple does. We're a family. The Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. By the time I got pregnant with baby number 7, I was like, okay, I'm cutting this off. This is it. I want to get my tube side. Well, you're not getting your tube side if you want to be married to me. The whole thing about not believing in birth control because it's foreign to the body, and that's not the way God intended things. God intended you to have these kids, otherwise they wouldn't be here. Like, I was supposed to completely fall on faith that God was not going to produce any more kids.
Okay, so while you're stressed out, now how was your relationship with his oldest child?
Um, I really can't answer that question. She would have to answer that question for you.
All right, basically, but she was still, she was, he still took care of her also, basically.
Yes.
Okay. So basically you and the mother had no common ground.
We didn't have any common ground.
Don't worry, she's gonna fix the phone. She's gonna fix the phone.
Could you guys hear me?
We hear you perfectly. And I just that's
Why does this thing keep going out?
I just feel for the 16-year-old because
Hold on, I can't hear you.
hmm uh we're gonna get her she's gonna come back in and put the link in.
Family with together.
hmm Okay, so going down the ladder, you somewhere down the line you start coming into depression, right?
Yes, this is some 13 years later.
Okay, because we all can't make it seem like we ain't been in that dark room. When you young and you got even if you have one kid or either you could have no kid, but when so much is coming down on you at one time, and you don't have enough time to like filter it. So as that depression comes on to you, at this point, are y'all together or separate? I remember yes, the other time you said that whatever was going on, he ended up with the kids, correct?
We when the depression started, we were together.
Mm-hmm.
We were together when I tried the suicide attempt. And what got me to the point of suicide is that I was done. A lot of times in relationships, and I'm one of those women where the relationship, it needs to be over, but you're not finished with it because you feel like you need to get something out of it, or the kids may be a factor because you feel like, okay, well, I'm trying to break that generational curse and I want all of my kids to have their father. I already have two kids and this is the only father that they know.
Mm-hmm.
And if I divorce him, this whole thing is going to fall apart. Well, I knew what that was and I knew what it was going to look like. And this is exactly what it looks like. What y'all see is exactly what I knew it was going to be, because I was always threatened that if you ever leave me, if you ever do this, if you ever do that, I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Mm. Yeah, we all been down there. we all
So, so then I don't have the support from my family. Like I literally left. Larry came home and there was no kids in the house. All the furniture, all the food, all the clothes, everything was in the house. So he just thought we went to the park, we went out, whatever he thought, but we were gone. I did not walk away without taking my children. But the suicide attempt happened first. I had a suicide attempt because I wanted out of the marriage and I didn't know how to get out of it without him using the fact against me that I was a stay at home mom. I did not have education and I never had a job. The first time we went to court, that was what he used against me in court, is that I was a stay at home mom. I didn't have an education and I never worked. And the fact that I tried to commit suicide is how he got custody of the kids.
All right, so when right around the time Velvet is like 13 to 15, she's with Pops now, right?
Yes.
So you wouldn't know. Remember, all this has been revealed. So it's not like I'm digging in your business. She put this out. It's out there.
I got you. They both
So,
put it
okay, so by the age of 13 and 15, so you don't know what's going on because he has the kids, but she basically says she used to run away a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And a couple of other things she used to do. So
I have no
I'm just not gonna say that. I'm just
Thank
not
you,
gonna say
Nakia.
y'all find out what the things you used to do. Y'all can look it up. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have no knowledge of her running away constantly, except for one time. So in this instance, she is labeled a runaway or whatever. He must have reported it to the police, the truancy division, or something. I don't even know how to. I'm not one of those parents who believe in a runaway. My
Mm-hmm.
child leave my house, I'm going to look for them, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
dragging their ass back home.
Oh yeah.
Now, y'all can call that dog parenting, abusive parenting. I don't give a fuck what you call it. It's called parenting. Ain't nobody I'm responsible for that's supposed to be in my house when the street lights come on is not going to be in this house, and I'm going to sit here and call the authorities like they have some jurisdiction on go and get my kid. I have that jurisdiction. So
Ooh.
whatever happened, she ran away. He filed her as a runaway. She was still going to school. The school wanted to talk to her parents because then the school got notification that she was a runaway and they couldn't have her on school grounds as being a runaway. If I have any teachers in the chat, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know. Even if they late for school, even
So,
even if they late for school, they will
so,
still come to you.
so they, and actually, the school didn't even have me on record. The school didn't even have me on record. The school had Tina and Pops on
Oh,
record as her parents. So hold on. So the school says, all right, Velvet, we recognize you're in the system as a runaway. We cannot have you on school grounds listed as a runaway. You need to call your parents and we need to get some type of resolution. She told them people, don't call my dad, call my mama. They called me. I went to school and I told them the same thing I told you. This is a roundtable discussion. Get her daddy here. I can't resolve something I don't know nothing about. I didn't know she was a runaway. I don't know why she ran away. He has custody. So get her daddy here. I've
yeah.
tried to play, I've been put out there as not being the co-parenting parent that I don't want to co-parent. I have tried to play this co-parenting thing as fair for the entire time until I decide this because it's so abusive and it's so disrespectful and it's so demeaning towards
Mhm.
me being her mother until I just say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm beating a dead horse. We cannot get nowhere like this. So I'm just disconnected.
And when did you notice that she went from like a free spirit child to becoming very aggressive and being a free spirit at the same time?
At that moment when I got called to the school for her being a runaway. So she decides that she's coming to live with me for a while. Right after that, she turned 18. And she, on her 18th birthday, she announced to me that she's going to live with her boyfriend. She went and lived with, I said, okay, well, I'm going to tell you, like my mama would have told me or my grandma would have told me, I can't stop you.
Was
You're
that the one with
18.
the son,
No,
with the kid that she took the
no,
picture with?
no.
Okay.
So, I can't stop you. If she told me she didn't care what I had to say. Okay, well, you want to step to me like a woman, I'm going to treat you like a woman. When you decide to pack your bags and leave out of my house, you're 18 years old and you go and live up underneath a nigga. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. This nigga gonna get tired of your ass and he's gonna kick you out on your ass. And since you want to be grown, you need to figure it out. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps and figure it out. Don't call me.
You're 100% correct. 100. But as a parent, we'll know. We'll know. We'll know. But until then, you go do you. We'll sit on
And
back for a little bit, and then we'll step in. All right.
right.
So how? Wait, because the confusion is she went to carbonation at 17. So technically,
No,
she did not go at 17.
no, she was 19 years old. She left college and went to carbonation. Everybody wants to say she left and went to carbonation from my house. No, she did not. She left Tuskegee University in Alabama. Do I need to paint a fucking map?
I want to ask now. At being that he claimed he wanted to be Muslim and have more than one wife. Okay, where does Tina fit into it? And why didn't he want to continue having multiple women with her? Or maybe he just I didn't want to do that anymore.
What I told y'all about a leopard. Does a leopard change his spots?
No,
A
ma'am.
leopard only changes the way they move. So, okay, so I mean, in Velvet's instance, what happened to Maisha? Why didn't it happen with her? A man is never going to treat the next woman the same exact way he treated the first woman because he's been found out. He's been found out. So he, of course, he's not going to treat her anything like I would say he's going to treat her. That's why.
Oh.
Y'all have to understand there's points to this and stuff that happens behind the scenes that y'all know nothing about. And it's not about being jealous or anything like that, but yes, I'm human and I'm a mother.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm married to him and we live in a shotgun versus 5 bedrooms, and I'm saying, hey, the kids are young, we need more space. But then you get a new wife and you get 5 bedrooms and says, hey, well, why didn't that happen when you was married to me?
Ugh. On a lot of things you say you better than me, right? But okay, so now he's with her, and now she's interacting with the kids. So at some point in time, she now thinks that she is the mother.
Yes. He put her in that position. He put her in the position to be the mother. And she expresses to my children, that's not your fucking mama. I'm your mama.
Oh shit! You caught me. You caught me with that one. Woo! And she doesn't have any bio of her own.
Yes, she has one son.
Oh, okay. But did he treat her son the way he treated your two older
I
kids?
I can't contest to that.
Okay. Okay. Because if you're gonna stay, you better keep the same energy, damn it. Shoot. That kid better not get nothing. No, I'm joking. No, no, I'm not joking. No, I'm not joking. No, I'm not joking.
No,
You better.
he was good for my kids as far as I'm not even gonna just presence, just the fact that they had a dad. They didn't know, they were small. They didn't
Hmm.
know. And I wouldn't express none of that stuff to them. I mean, as parents, we go through these divorces and stuff like that, or whatever turn a relationship takes in our lives. We should protect our children from it. We don't sit down and have protecting your children from it means this. You don't sit down and go over it with them of what happened and who did who wrong. You don't do that. That's putting your baggage off on them. They don't know how to process that.
Right. But now, when she was in school, is that when she had the security job, or after? Or because remember, she's still a baby right now, so it's like things happen so quick in Velvet's life. People would think that she's much older than what she is, but she's still only 23 years old.
She had, okay, so at 19, she comes and says, Mom, no, actually at 18, she comes and say, well, because like, okay, so she ran away at 18 and went and lived with the boy. That was quickly over. That was over in like 3 or 4 months. And then she goes in to live with her grandmother. She calls me and says, hey, and this is when she's with the guy with the baby. Then she says, well, hey, Mom, I'm getting ready to go to college. They're having this ceremony. Do you want to come? I say, yes, I'm coming. So I get to the ceremony. They give her the big send off to Tuskegee University. She goes to Tuskegee.
Wait. I gotta find that tape. Is this is this the same ceremony she said nobody came to?
Yes,
You know she said that, right?
yes. And y'all should
Okay.
know that she's a liar because
Oh wow.
her and I are on the picture. Somebody go find it. Boss lady, go look on my Facebook page.
Okay.
My Facebook page is my name, Selena Sykes.
Okay.
It should come up under Selena Sykes. Oh wait.
Wow. That was not part of my question, but I'm glad you said
So
that.
the picture is in my profile. Like, hold on. The picture is in my profile where her and I were at the ceremony. The Tuskegee banner is on the table behind us, and she's there holding the baby. And everybody was posting the picture saying Velvet already has a kid. She left her kid to go be in carbonation. That wasn't
Right.
her baby. That's the boy's baby.
Cause she was like, and I did this, and nobody
Baby, so
came out. Well, as long as you, like I said, I'm only saying things that's out already. So I'm not asking you for nothing that's not out. It's
right.
only what's out. So we're gonna clear up a lot of stuff. And then y'all still have to remember, she still has no support from nobody. She's basically going off pure will right now. Pure will. She's still not getting no breaks because she still has her other two kids. So it's not like when Larry took the kids, it's not like she was childless and she could do whatever she wanted to do. No, she could not. She still had two other kids that she had to raise. So don't make it seem like, well, Larry had the kids and you could have did. And then on top of that, she had the two kids at home, and then she still paid Larry child support.
Yes. Yes. When everything was said and done, there's two biological children that do not belong to Larry. They're biologically mine. When the court ordered that the children were going to live with Larry, I still had two kids to put a roof over their heads. When I got home from court, Larry was there with the police and he put me and my two children out. We had to sleep in my car for 2 days.
Mm, 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 mm. And at this point, with the two kids you have, remember we got to bring the other kids without telling their business. We got to let it be known that they have feelings and emotions too. Okay, now how do you see like the older kids' feelings and emotions and the younger kids' feelings and emotions? Like it's like they have two separate like feelings because one has even though one has a mom and a dad, and on top of that they got a bonus stepmother, and then the other two still just have you.
Right. Well, Kate, I don't know if y'all have seen or Kate Marie. Have y'all seen Kate Marie?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, Kate Marie was just recently on Beagle Live with Velvet, and she just recently posted on her page that she has two parents that walk the earth like she don't exist. First off, I'm your mama. You're not gonna talk bad to me and think that I'm still gonna be there to support you. I'm not gonna pat you on the back or give you any praise for cussing me out like a dog, and all I was doing was trying to help you.
Oh, Kate Marie is your daughter.
Yes. So
Oh.
I guess on Larry's passing, she put out that the only parent that she knows is not here. Um, the only parent that she has is not here anymore, but she has two parents who walk this earth like she don't exist. I don't know what happened between her and her biological dad. He did reach out to me at one point, and he was like, "Hey, you and Kaylin need to make amends." You can't make that amends for her. That's something that she has to want to do, and she has to be willing to do it on her own. You didn't cuss me out. She did. So she knows my phone number, and when she's ready, she will call me.
Oh, they all don't have no choice. See, the universe makes no mistakes. He transcended for a reason at this particular age, at this particular time. So they're all gonna have to come to you, because what they don't understand is that, like, I'm looking at Velvet today because I didn't know, like, I wanted you to see, what she's up to, what she's talking about, while you're getting ready. Then this lady pissed me off because Velvet is saying that certain, here she go, what she want to like throw you on. I'm like, I'm so glad she's coming on today. Look, listen to the bull crap, people. And it's like, why? I'm not throwing Tina under. I ain't saying nothing about Tina, but I'm like, at this point, Tina is, how y'all not throwing Tina under the bus? At that point, she's her guardian, right?
Yeah.
I got her like mother of the year, but a lot of this took place on Tina's time. It wasn't on your time. People need to remember that. A lot of stuff that took place with Velvet and her younger siblings was on Tina's time, not on the mother's time. See, that's the confusion that you guys have. Because I keep going back to the mother, her mother, but that she has two parents. So her father took the younger took his set of kids or some of the kids, because you still got the younger ones, right?
No, I still have. At that time, I still had my two that's biologically mine. I didn't have any of the ones that I had with Larry.
Right. So so basically what Tina put into them too, they learned things from Tina. So it could be her being passive. It could have been let him do what he wants. We don't know. And we're not going to suspect it. But what we do know is that it wasn't on the mother's time.
Right.
When she ran away, that was not on Selena's time. When she wasn't going to school, that was not on Selena's watch. Or she's doing, like a lot of fathers also, they don't know what's going on with their kids because they staying with their mother. So a lot of times they hear stuff about their kids, they hear it the way everybody else hear it, secondhand or after it happened. So she didn't have no way to guide her and to fill her with, well, you know what, I never had support, blah, blah, blah. She didn't have a chance to put them lessons in the kids because they wasn't on her time.
Mm-hmm.
So please take that in consideration.
Y'all have to understand the roles were reversed here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the absent parent. I'm a woman, but I'm the absent parent that's most likely to be the man in the situation.
That's why I had to make it sound like that, because
yes,
to throw you can't throw her under the bus because a lot of things was not on her watch. But they wasn't happy. You may not like whatever went down, but you didn't have no problem taking my money though, right?
Right.
They had no problem taking.
Miss Selena.
Yes.
When Velvet had the first baby, was you there?
On the phone.
I was online when she had Eliana.
Yeah.
Yes, I was online with her the whole time.
She's the one who saved, because she had company that night, so she didn't hear the whole thing. She is the one who saved Velvet's life. Was from her mother, we would not see Velvet nor Eliana. So if for the new ears that's here, if you want to explain it again, that's up to you.
Well, and don't get it twisted, y'all. I don't even take any responsibility for saving her life. I mean, I only did what I felt I needed to do. And that's all I will continue to do. Now, who I need to send the Tuskegee picture to? Because it's right here on my page.
Me. That would be me.
What's your email address? Do you want your email address out there? I know you don't want your phone number out there.
No, you and her, you and Boss Lady are friends on Facebook, right?
Are we, Boss Lady?
I don't. Let's see.
Because then I send it to her, and then we'll be friends on Facebook.
Okay, because I screenshot it. So
I'm Grumpy. So when you see Grumpy Smurf, that is me. That's not a.
My name is Take No Mess 738.
Stuff that was made. It was, how do I say? It was made out to be you were the villain. Mm-hmm. So and from all of that, what I perceived of you, not knowing you, but what was said and what your daughter portrayed. So I just want to say I'm sorry, and you clarify a lot of things for us. Now I got a better understanding of what a little bit of what happened, how things was put in place to make you look like the bad guy. And also, I just want to ask you, just one important question, where do you think you and Velvet can go from here? And can both of you come back together as one, because she has another baby now and she needs her mother, even though she thinks she don't?
First, I would like to accept your apology, and I'm a person of acceptance, and I deeply accept your apology. Velvet doesn't even have to be giving birth to a new baby for us to repair our relationship. I want to repair my relationship with all of my children, even though I wasn't the one who destroyed it. I'm just their mother, and that's all I know how to be, and that's who I am. I mean, we all have to understand the higher power put me in this position to be their mother. These kids are not here just because we were being careless and having sex. These kids were meant to be here, and I'm here to carry out the responsibility that my Most High has placed on me to be all. So my relationship, my door with Velvet will always be open. I don't care how she feels about me, because this is the thing, and this is the misconception that we forget about other people when we get in our own feelings. We feel, oh no, you lying. That didn't happen. But that person has a right to feel the way that they feel. I cannot tell Velvet how to feel. But the thing about this whole thing that makes it so disrespectful is that you feel the need to tell the world that I'm this horrible person, but you're never telling the person that's horrible to you that you have a problem with her. Therefore, it's not fair to me. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to Ellie. It's not fair to your unborn kid. You're keeping them.
I gotta put her on mute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, she has the kids caught up in the middle now. You know, it's not fair to them to not ever have a conversation with the person who you have a problem with, but you feel the need to have this conversation with all of social media like that's going to help you. That's not going to help you. You and I, Velvet, have to get on one accord. We have to have a conversation about how you feel. I have to respect your feelings, and you have to respect mine. And that's how we're going to move through this, and that's how we're going to repair our relationship. And so is it for the rest of, our children. As far as their father is concerned, I don't want to hash out anything that happened between me and their father with them. That is done. That's over with. We need to move forward. We need to figure out how to mend our relationship with each other, and that is it.
So does she still have a relationship with the sister that she was with when she had the birthday party for Ellie?
I don't know which sister that was.
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh,
remember they had her at a party that she wasn't even there. They had the title
right
biological mother. So a lot of things that she know, but it's not people just putting that in there just so they can get views and clicks, knowing that she was not there.
No,
it was the light-skinned sister, heavy set. It was that sister she was living with. I seen a lot of the videos with that sister.
Well, that sister lived with Larry. So
okay.
Whenever she left Larry, she left the sister, but it has nothing to do with her sister why she left.
Okay.
I don't think so, at least.
So basically, again, keep in mind when she keeps saying a lot of things happened to her, a lot of things about her childhood, y'all automatically think that it's the mother. No,
right.
Tina raised her. So a lot of things. So now it will give people a hold up. Tina probably
Tony, I'm still stuck at the fact when this lady got online and said, yeah, and I'll beat your ass again, how she wasn't labeled as the dog person.
Oh. Woo.
Well, I could see right through her. I could see right through her, and I always knew that me and you was going to talk. I put that in the universe. I always seen through her, but people got to realize if she was raised any type of way, that is on Mr. Pops and that's the woman figure, and they also the one that's living off of her money. After she give that money to him, she doesn't know where it goes.
Right.
So which of the kids do you have a relationship of the older kids?
I have one of our son, well, two of our sons.
Okay.
The one I'm on the picture with, and then there's one son that's older than him.
And
And we have, like I said, and we have sat down and talked, and we're like, look, whatever happened. It has nothing to do with y'all kids. We're gonna put whatever was said in the review, but we're not even gonna look at it. We're gonna keep moving forward.
Right. Right. I
And
like that. I like that of you for the betterment of your children. And that's, I think, I don't have children, but I think if you a parent, that's how it should be done. You and the father or the mother, personal, whatever, you should try to come together and keep that out of it for the betterment of your children.
mhm,
I commend you.
thank you. Well, Giselle, that's the reason why y'all didn't hear from me. Like, I'm not gonna be on here going back and forth with Larry. That's what
Mhm.
they're tired of. This is the reason why Velvet left. Because anytime anything was put out about me, it was being said that, oh well, I'm gonna say this because she said that. And I hadn't said anything. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Just like Pops got receipts, Velvet receipts, let's get to the receipts of what Selena said to Pops.
Mm.
And it's called selective amnesia, right?
And also, and I also would want to say this. Some of the receipts on Selena don't exist anymore, but somebody got, it's computers, y'all. Somebody got
Mm.
those videos, and nobody wants to put them out there. Put those videos out there. I want the Yellow Brick Road posted. I want it broadcasted on the 9 o'clock news for everybody to see.
Well, let me see if I see it now, and I can show it another time if the video still exists. It's called the Yellow Brick Road.
Yes.
Because Miss Selena, could I ask you about the lady Mama Wanda and those alleged rumors?
You need to come to class on time. We went through that. So ask her, does she want to talk
Okay,
about
I'm sorry.
yeah, we talked about that last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see.
Well, this has a whole different prospect I mean, in my mental, because what was portrayed about you indirectly, how it made people see you as the villain. From what you have said, for me, I see the whole picture totally different, and who actually was doing what, when, where, and why.
Because I tell you guys all the time in this chat, before you make an opinion, learn your math first. Well, learn your math. Could this possibly have happened? How old was who, what, and where? And you got to see if the math add up. And technically, you still can't really form any opinions because you really don't know. Nobody knew the age bracket. Nobody knew that a lot of things that was going on that wasn't on her watch. So,
Right.
So if anything, they make it okay. I'm gonna try to keep it nice because the man transcends. Yes, he's a good dad. Yes, he took care of the kids, but also other things happened that she still wasn't feeling what she wanted to feel because she still had to go out there. So everything was not being fulfilled in that household neither.
What y'all have to understand is the same picture that y'all have been painted, that social media has been painted. Before it even got to social media, that's the same story that was painted to my children. So if you growing up and you feeling like you have a mama who don't give a fuck about you, how you gonna feel?
Yes, yeah.
They were never given the opportunity to figure out if I don't give a fuck on their own. If that's the person that I am, let me show them that I'm that person.
And it's weird, and a lot of kids do this too. You have a lot of kids that want you to love me for me, accept me for me, but they can't do that with mama.
Yep.
You know, I'm like, well, you know, I'm not perfect, right? And you have to accept me also. And when she ready to come home, when she stopped playing games, that's when hey y'all, me in real time. Yes, we're gonna get our little music break. Thank you all for being here. What is up, Fundi Fee? How you doing, sweetie? Anybody else who walked in? Anybody else who came in through the bushes? Hey y'all. Yeah, we're gonna get our little music break. Yes, we are. Uh-huh. Put some twos in the chat if y'all still here. Put some twos in the chat. Say put some twos in the chat. Woo. Hopefully y'all had time to stretch your feet, go to the bathroom, do things y'all need to do. I thought this was the one with the chat, but unfortunately, this is the one. This is the interview. My bad, but you still get it. And this is only part one. So we're going to get into like another hour. Then we're going to have a part two. Part two of this, right? Because it's a lot more. It's a lot more. Then people say a lot more, but it's a lot more to this. And I let you guys come up and talk. Let's go. Her mama gonna come in. I thought that was the best thing he could say. Like, I don't play these games, but when you're ready, I'll be there. So to me, that's more than enough. The kids don't understand that until they have their own kids and their kids get older. And like, I don't like to keep saying like generational curse generate because you was a good parent, that doesn't mean you're gonna have good kids.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean, oh, I'm breaking generational curse. So I'm gonna be there's no such that is no such thing. It's none. I work with kids. They're all terrible. They're all terrible. I don't care what their mamas are, right? So anything else that you would like to clear up or of your name, and then boss lady to come in with her questions. Okay, she got us some boss lady.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, y'all. I was talking to my son. We have our little business going on over here. Um, I I really don't have anything to clear up. I'm just not this horrible parent y'all think I am. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the
Not
chil-
us. Not
the
us.
chil- the children were told to pick a side, and they chose. That's all it is.
Oh, they was coerced into picking a side.
Uh-huh. That's what it was. I'm gonna be honest. This is what I gathered from somebody was manipulating some babies somewhere. That's what I get, and they
Well,
you
it's
know.
it's the same thing with the squad.
Uh
If you
huh.
don't come on my panel and ask questions about Selena and you not understanding what I'm saying, you gonna get booted. The same thing.
Now, boss lady, you have anything, baby?
Well, I just wanted to ask her, as far as the other kids and as far as, them, you guys, you said you wanted to fix a relationship with y'all. How is that working out, and how are you, going about that?
Um, Nobody put this out there. This is just how I'm feeling that their
Yeah.
reaction by being distant is I'm seeing a lot about them keeping up with their dad's legacy. And whoever they didn't mess with when their daddy was alive, they're not gonna mess with him that he's dead.
Ooh.
They're they're keeping up their father's legacy.
Mm,
And that is okay with me.
mm.
Oh, they will. I'm
If
telling
if
you,
you
God
won't
got
honor
way.
and look, if we can't get honor thy mother and thy father, at least they're honoring their father. They halfway there.
Now, Velvet going through this alone. Do you? I mean, because I'm like, little girl, you don't truly understand. You need support system. So, how do
That's
you
right.
feel about her thinking that she's gonna do this on her own and she's gonna be like the best ever? How do you feel about that? And if you can reach out and say, listen, I mean, not to come back to you or make up with you, but I'm just saying, you see where she's thinking that, these the big I got these beagles, I got these angels, they buy my food, they take care of me, but she doesn't understand you're gonna get older, pretty fades. So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a time. You got 18 years, you got 16, you got 16 more years for her to be grown, and you got another full 18. Do you think big on everybody gonna be taking care of you for another 18 years?
How do I feel about that? Um, I feel like it's not reality, and that's the part that clashes between me and her because it's not reality to me.
Um, Now, far as Eliana's name, her last name is Bishop, correct?
Yes.
You see, that's why I keep telling y'all, stop listening to Nature Nut. Okay? Come on, that's the white man's name because he don't put your name on birth certificate. Don't put your name on the birth certificate. So how was that journey getting her birth certificate back from Mexico?
Um, I don't know. When the birth certificate got here, I didn't even open it. I forwarded it to her PO box, and that was that. When I texted her that the birth certificate was here, and she gave me a PO box to send it to, and that's what I did to it. I didn't even open it.
No,
So
because
Tina doesn't try to.
I was talking about the process because that's another country. Was you there
So
for the process or she did it on her own?
she did it on her own, and
Okay.
she tried to do it 3 times.
Mm.
And every time it was $50. I know the first time I gave her the $50, and the other 2 times she was like, "Oh, I got it together. I applied for Ellie's birth certificate. It never came. It came this third time." So I don't know if she wasn't taking the proper avenues or whatever, but I know that third time I had her call the U.S. consulate here in New Orleans,
Mm.
and that's when we got really through to the proper channels to get her birth certificate sent through. So when the birth certificate got here, and I'm not even accurate whether it was the birth certificate or not because I didn't open it.
Right. Right.
It
So
was it was a manila envelope,
mhm.
which made it feel like it was the birth certificate. So it had velvet name on it, care of Eliana, and or was it Eliana care of velvet? However it was CO'd, and I sent it to her. That's just that. Because I'm done with this. Like he wants to make me out, and Tina wants to make me out like I'm the one that's perpetrating all of the mess and the harassment, and I'm
No,
not.
she was the custodial parent, and like I said, people need to do their math. So Eliana is now at this point, for what you know, she is an American citizen, correct?
I don't even know. I didn't see the birth certificate.
Because I thought that it would have switched over that both of her parents are American. So I don't know.
I don't even know. That's her baby. That's her business. My business
So
is
does Tina? Do
to
you have any type of relationship with Tina?
no.
Ah, please, Tina's still talking crap. You saw that video.
I'm just saying, the
What
man that
video she
passed
put
and
out?
gone, and you would think,
The video you
you would think,
seen when man, like I said, a lot of things. God bless you. You are better than me. I just keep saying.
All I
Mhm.
know is
Yes.
this: I could not be with my husband if he treated his children's mother and talked about his children's mother as much as Larry talks about me. I couldn't be with him.
Mhm. Neither could I, Miss Selena. And no disrespect. I don't even have respect for a woman who would stay with a man and allow that man to disrespect the first mother of his children. I would have to check you, huh? You ninja. You will be checked.
No, women.
And
Some women do that.
yeah, it's a complete for me. The woman I am, it's a complete turn off for me. So let's say me and Mr. Sykes was in a bar, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, and we flirting because we in a bar, we doing our thing, we drinking, we feeling our liquor, and we catch eye contact, and we flirting back and forth, vaguely. And he come over and speak, and we decide to go out on a date, and he's sitting here talking about his ex. I'm getting up and leaving.
Me too,
Hello,
Selena. That's what I'm saying. I'm
hello,
That
hello.
is the biggest turn off. I do
yeah.
not want to hear you shit on another woman, let alone your ex, let alone the children of your mother.
mother.
That's
And I'm
right.
trying to tell you, I was laying in the bed with my ex, and he went to talking. He cussed his baby mama out. She called, and he started cussing. I said, you know what?
Mm-mm.
You pick that phone up, and you call her back, and talk like you got some sense.
A lot of women out here want the other person to be shitted on because it validates them. And if that's
Right.
your source of validation, you have very low self-esteem.
That's right.
Now,
Because that man is going to turn around and do the same thing to you. If he'll do it to one woman, he'll do the same thing to you.
may I ask you, do you think when Velvet made that decision to go to Nature Boy, from her being young and knowing the type of spirit she had, do you think she was looking for Nature Boy or just looking for nature? Or, she like, did you see something like when she was young besides, you know, her being your higher self and you like not following her you not following what she wants you to cook and not stop eating this and eating
Did she start that with the first guy?
no, but let me just say one
No,
thing.
no, she didn't.
She
She
said
was
today,
she
now,
was trying to live a vegan lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with a diet. So I didn't see any red flags with that. But cause shit, I do keto. And I make the whole house do keto when I'm losing weight. But I didn't see any red flags with the vegan diet. I didn't see any red flags at all. I can honestly say that she did not know what she was getting herself into when she first contacted Nature Boy and went to Costa Rica.
Hmm.
She didn't have a clue.
I agree with you.
let me just
She didn't.
address hold it. Let me address something. Um Kiss the Val, you would think now we keep this our, our channel is completely respectable, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You would think that she will. Who's for you to say what you think that she should be doing? Number one. Number two, it was not supposed to be an interview. She didn't ask for an interview. We just women talking. That's it. We are just women talking. We trying to aspire and get people to learn so we can know we all went through this. So please don't come with that. You would think, wow, maybe you would think, but if you listen to what she's saying, she's thinking that too. But don't and far as something about the don't bring the squad in here, that's fine too. But that's what we're not going to do.
But if okay, so if Kiss the Veil is in the comments and Kiss the Veil is the squad, then the squad is in here, so I can talk freely about the squad.
Exactly.
Well, I don't even know the squad, right? But I don't know the squad. I keep my stuff positive. Now, I wanted to say Now remember you were in your lower self, right? And remember
Mm-hmm. I
your higher
got you.
self, and your higher self said that you try to kill it with the baby milk.
Yeah.
And let me tell you how the universe works. If you've seen today in that video that I showed, she has no milk for the new baby. What's she gonna do?
It'll come in.
Maybe, maybe not. As of now, she doesn't have no milk. But I'm just saying, do you see how odd you said that? And now look,
Mm-hmm.
she has to figure out if her milk is gonna come in or she's gonna poison the baby with with bought milk like you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta be careful. Some people gotta be careful what you say. You gotta be very careful.
I mean, and these children have to be careful what they ask for too. They cuss their parents out, and even as parents, we all have to be careful what we ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Because we treat our children some type of way, and then when they go against us, and vice versa, when the children treat the parents some type of way, and y'all feel like we disconnect, y'all feel like the parent is wrong, and when the child disconnects, y'all feel like the child is wrong. I never said Velvet was wrong for disconnecting. If I was Velvet, I would have disconnected too.
And
Mm-hmm.
Christabel, why
And
haven't you came at Tina like that? Because Tina, she was in Tina's care. She wasn't in her mother's care. She was in Tina's care. Did you speak to her like that? Did you say to Tina why you don't find Velvet and console her? I mean, if you're gonna keep that same energy, I told you I had to go back to my bag of tricks. It took me like a year to find these videos, right? I thought this was the one we was chatting it up, but it happens to be the interview, right? Remember, we I don't have to discuss it because I did the interview years ago. But if it's whoever, if it's new to your ears, you can tell me how you like it. Hey, Queen. Hello, beautiful Queen.
Hey, beautiful queen, how are you?
Ah, tight. But you can go ahead. I'm gonna do a part two, so feel free to say like I don't know how long you've been watching it. I mean, not the video, but the story. Now, how do you feel about this interview?
I like this interview. I've never heard her mother speak. I've only heard about her father and her father speak and things like that. Her father really was a number, it's like she said, they was staying in the shotgun, and when he got the new wife, they staying in a 5-bedroom house. And then you go take her kids and then kick her out after right after court. Dude, so it's I know that she went through a lot, and she knows her daughter. Like she said, even when you was talking about her milk, she was like, it might come in, she she knows who her daughter is. Is she still among us, Sugar?
Robert lives with her mother now.
Okay,
She
okay,
lives with her
that's
mother now. So
that's good.
it go to show you everything we talk about can't right to fruition because you have no
Mhm,
choice. She's your only living parent. You have no
mhm,
choice.
mhm.
So at that point, they all turned against her. They were speaking to her. None of them, not just Velvet, right? But then it gives you a chance to also seek into Velvet and why she acts the way she acts, right? And this is why, for me, speaking to the mother on numerous occasions, that's why I turned the fire off Velvet, right? Because out of respect, right? After knowing what she go through, I'm really that old school. Now I'm gonna lay off your daughter, right? I'm gonna lay off her out of respect for you, right? Because I can be cool with you and burn it. I mean, I'm gonna say what I see. And I'm not gonna stop that. But sometimes we got to get into the live. She was a baby. I don't know if you was in here when she was telling you how old she was when she started having kids and
Yeah, I heard it.
right.
I heard
So
it. And then she said that she liked him from young, so she already probably had a thought in her mind what it was gonna be like, and then it wasn't even like that. And like she said, she couldn't get out of it. He kept knocking her up, you
no, but
know.
before that, Let's not forget she had 2 kids already. By
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
17, she had 2 kids.
Mm.
She wasn't even 18 yet. 17 with 2 kids before she even met Mr. Markowitz.
Okay.
So she had to deal with being a single mom, the other dad taking off. Now she got 2 kids. She got to work. That's all. Even till today, that's all that lady do is work, 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 work. You know. So um, that plays a big part in it too.
This is when she said she had them and she was going on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the first two. Velvet. The rest of them ain't born yet. That's how much in before Nikki tells on me. Damn, she told on me already. I can't stand her. And it's so crazy. She puts that picture back, and that's the picture she used on this old ass video. No, I had me some some lemon wafers. Mm-mm-mm. What's up, Boosty?
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Peace and
Sam.
blessings. Hey
Peace and
Kiki.
blessings.
See, I don't have to talk too tough. Y'all can do all the talking. I did all my talking already.
Enjoy your food. Um, Miss Selena, I really have a lot of compassion for her, and I still hear a lot of pain. Well, in this instance, and I can understand why. Um, she did have those kids young, and she didn't. She was doing it on her own. She said it herself. There's a lot of people that have kids young, and they still did like they that child is not a grandchild to the grandparents, just another baby they had. And they just go off and gallivant and go right back to being a kid, basically. She didn't get the chance to do that. And it sounds like she just realized that the frustration when they were together wasn't getting her anywhere. So she just gotta let God do his work. I mean, what else can you do? There's
Yeah.
only so much fighting, and he had connections too. People forget that he was a police officer, so who knows what connections he had in
Oh,
that
yeah.
county.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta choose your battles and stuff like that. Cause it sound like to me also he probably went so hard for Velvet because this felt like the Most High getting back at him for the things that happened in that relationship. And we only human. I'm not calling Mr. Marquez a villain or anything like that because I don't believe humans are a monolith. We all have different compartments that we unlock in. But I hear the pain in all their voices. And Velvet has her mother's energy, boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
she do. Yes, she do.
That's probably why they butt heads so much because she is her mother's child.
I can't say that. Baby.
Look like her
Mm,
daddy, but she is. Look, she got her mother energy.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful thing. You just gotta learn how to alchemize that energy and use it for good. And but what Velvet was saying, when I was listening to Velvet speak earlier, what I noticed she does a lot to this day is she don't realize that she's not the only one whose life came with hurdles.
Hey, baby.
And maybe she needs to socialize more, get out, meet people. I think she's ready for that at this
I,
stage.
I think she's doing that now. Remember, this video is like 3 years old. This
Hmm.
video was done, I mean, literally right after Pops passed. So I think now that she's in the house, the other siblings is in the house. Remember, you see her with the nephew and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then once your back up against the wall, and at that point, there's no, how they say, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. At that
Nobody
point.
love nobody love you like home love you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it stings so bad when you hear the truth from the people at home. Because it's facts.
Even when I was going through it, me and my mom wasn't even talking. I was in Jamaica calling her like, "Mommy, mommy." So
Hmm.
it's like, mm-mm.
But they did put this lady through the ringer, and we got to stop doing that, right? Until we hear their side. We hear one side and we jump and we pounce. We got to at least wait till we hear the end. Like I said, I didn't ask for this, and I hate when people think that when people are conversating, Now, one, I don't have to answer or ask any of your questions. First of all, in the chat, I'm just nice enough to do it, right? Any of chat you go to for that, you know how to ask a question,
I was gonna
right?
say if they got a question, why don't they ask? If not, then the end. What the hell? You ain't calling up Fox News and telling them how to do their broadcast. The
But
fuck?
when
Sorry.
I just be nice enough to do that because but now I'm not doing that too tough anymore. But oh, the first one it got wild. I thought this was the one when it was wild. I was trying to lead to this, but as y'all know, I don't know where part two coming from. When this is the damn interview, I don't know where I put part two from. So when I seen another one, that was the chat when the whole foot squad, everybody ran up in this bitch. Right? It was
You sure that's
crazy.
the interview? Because in this one you say this is not an interview.
No,
Are
but
neither
then when
one
I
of them interviews?
no, this is the interview. But I thought that it wasn't because my if you see the title, it says part two, right? I don't know why. So the other two that I thought that was when it set off. I thought that's the one I was playing today. That's why I corrected and go, oh well, sorry guys, this is the interview. This is not the chat where when she popped in, there was a lot of information there also, which I will play probably tomorrow. I'm still gonna play part two of this probably later or tomorrow. This video it's like we had the conversation one like for 6 hours, right? Y'all know how my interviews be when we get to chat and we don't even know. People get comfortable, I get comfortable, and we just keep the chat going, right? But I, to understand the child, you have to understand the parent. Remember, she didn't have a close relationship with her mother. She went out there young age, had them babies, she took care of them babies, and there's no way. I understand she did what she had to do. You ain't gonna tell me no 17-year-old with two kids you got it down pat. You ain't gonna tell me you ain't gonna make a lot of mistakes at 17 years old. People with no kids at
Right.
17-year-olds make a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Your brain
Yeah.
isn't even fully developed, and she
Mm,
had all those kids back to back. Postpartum is real. Lucky she
mm,
still has her sanity.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And I kept saying, yeah, I got to bring this video back to life. I didn't even think about it. So let me just bring it out. Cause baby, when them people came in here, they was not they were not playing. And the way we impose on people, like don't even and it's like how many I don't care how many times you can say that's not true, whatever. People got in their mind, whatever they feel about you is true. I don't give a damn how much you can say no, 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 no. I live and my apartment door number is 701. No, it's not the 702. You're lying, you're lying. I live in 701. You is a liar. See, whatever you got. So I stopped it. I'm glad that I stopped explaining I don't explain myself, but because I don't know who died and left somebody boss, and y'all know us lying is we don't really answer people like who the hell are you? Like, you gotta be really, really, really good for me to. I don't care what I really don't care what you think. Right? Take your thought. It's gonna stay your thought with you, but it will not become mine. Right? Right? Just remember that when you're doing them lines, right? Be nice if they answer your question. Really, really, really nice. But at the end of the day, we don't answer questions, right?
Baby, that's my oldest son. Honey.
What
I hope Miss
One of
Selena.
a Leo and a Pisces.
you were saying, Booski?
I hope that she says hello to us one of these days. I don't have no questions for her.
No,
I just want to make sure she's
we
okay.
still like we'll talk on Facebook or Instagram. She remember she got her old cleaning company. Her and the family they are doing the damn thing. That lady got so many hats, it's unbelievable. That's why when you say she got her mama's energy, I'm like, indeed, yes. One thing Selena gonna do, she gonna hustle. Right? That's that old school too. Old school folks, but not everybody who old school. Some of them not doing nothing. But a lot of we gonna get that hustle on. We gonna be okay. That's the between us and
I
this
know that's
newer
right.
generation. And this newer generation. Everything, We now we couldn't do none of that. You gonna make your way and you gonna find your way. And you ain't gonna people not understanding the age, the time difference too. We not born to pacify our kids. Right? How these kids these days are pacified. We ain't pacify them. You know, talk to me the way you want to talk to me. It's gonna be none of that, right? You should have been born in another generation where they care. But the older generation, we don't care. Right? We love you, but we don't care.
Baby.
Right? We don't care like that. Right? When it comes down to disrespect, like now we don't care no more. We still love you. Don't say nothing about none of my children. But far as we don't take that disrespect and say and call it, oh, let's talk about feeling. You better say it different, damn it. You better say it very different. But it's like this, like it's like three different videos. I could have this one was probably in the last one. I guess the last turned out to be the first one. But I tried to get a lot in that had nothing to like. If you notice, I didn't ask really no questions about nature because I really wanted to know about her. So I didn't jump on. Well, I felt I probably did that at some point in time, maybe in the first or second video, maybe the end of this one. But I wanted to know more about her, so then we can learn more about Velvet by learning about her. And as we see, she wasn't on her mother's watch; she was on Tina and her father's watch.
Yep.
And
Then
this
I,
Tina sounds like a real piece of work.
but I'm not going to take a step away from Tina either, because Tina was around a lot of things. She was right there with her husband, helping out. I
She's
mean, she
another Malia. So, like, what can you say?
what could
If
be.
there is any conflict between them, it was probably put on by Mr. Marquez. And if I was a betting woman, I say it was. God bless
Yeah.
the dead, but the truth is always going to be the truth, and we need to
Mm-hmm.
learn from the truth. And that's
Yeah.
probably why I like Mr. Marquez and Selena both. Tina did not say that much, so like she mostly stood to the back, but she did what she was required, what she was asked to do. I mean, how much could you do when you have a man that likes to be the lead? Like, you feel what I'm saying?
And it got to the point. You had to even put in the bio mother, biological mother, because it's like people didn't understand. Well, who's Selena? Her biological? Damn it! I mean, except for the people who knew about it, but if you didn't, because they all thought Tina was the mother. I'm like, no, she's not. Right? She's not. I mean, I don't know if you remember them days, Hudson, when everybody didn't even know she had. They thought that was the bio.
Mm-hmm.
Like no, she's not. Right?
It's
But
hard. I know how Selena feels. It's only so much you could do, especially when he already got the law involved and stuff. What I don't understand is, okay, the schools say we can't have you on campus if you will run away. Why isn't that if a runaway comes back to school, you call the authorities and the parents? You should never kick out a kid, ever. If they got to sit in the principal's office, it's not we can't have you on grounds. Are you crazy? They could be coming from trafficking. So
oh,
what you gonna do? Just kick them out?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how Louisiana work. I don't know how Louisiana work.
That's the
But
most ludicrous thing I ever
Baby.
heard. A minor? That's the most ludicrous thing I ever heard. A minor in
mhm.
high school. Oh, you registered in the system as a runaway, so bye, get out. What?
I remember when my younger son's father passed away and I had to go and take care of some business at his school. Baby knew why my name was not on the paperwork. Why was the one his girlfriend's name there as the mother and not mine?
Those niggas do anything for some pussy?
Anything.
I think my baby daddies know how high my temperature can go, but they don't know how high it can really go if you mess with mine. So certain problems I did not have to have, right? Baby, I'll become that nuclear baby. Boom, dropping boom boom. But they saw the kind of her temperature could get hot. But messing with mine, it gets even hotter. Right?
Well, you got to
I did
remember he is an officer, and they will use
they could
a
do.
temperature to manipulate you too. It
But
happens
then
to
if
mothers
you're
all
gonna
the
do
time.
if you're gonna do that to me and treat me like that, you're gonna do that to me while I'm in them orange suit. You ain't gonna do it to me while I'm not in that orange suit, right? Right? You're gonna do if you're gonna brainwash do all of that, at least I'm in that orange suit. right? But the point is, they never like one tried to try it. She tried to try it, and she didn't want to try that no more. Right? She didn't want to try that no more. Right? I had another one, but she didn't know really love it. But even though men makes that like me, I know my role, I know my place. So I had a man. If I have a man with a kid, I'm not. I don't even want to hear about her. That's your business. Mine's changed my daughter's last name without telling me. I know a lot of men. I've heard a lot of men who did that. Right? All this spiteful stuff. I don't. Mm-mm. Baby, you gonna do that with me and Orange, and baby, when I come home, it's still gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems even that, and then it's gonna get even worse when that child is over 18. Cause I don't forget shit, right? I don't forget
Yeah,
nothing when it comes to messing with minds. I found
I
out by
told him
being
so.
denied an apartment.
Mm,
It's
Not me.
hard.
I'm
It
reading.
really
I'm reading.
is because
Hmm. That's why women
it's
have
hard.
to
A lot
stick
of things you
together.
don't. A lot of things you don't find out until it's too late that they
Hmm.
was doing, especially like with men. Like certain men are very
mhm.
malicious and covert, and they'll have your babies shutting up and stuff, and like it's easy. Like you could say like try me if you want to, but they still gonna try. A lot of them will, and you are fortunate enough you were able to go
Yeah,
get through that. But
Hmm.
they don't care about no yelling and screaming. They just want to hit you where it hurts.
Oh, I know how to hit where it hurt. I'm
yeah.
not yelling nor screaming. I ain't doing none of that. Now when it's
And
war,
it's
it's war. All
crazy
that,
though.
rah, rah, rah. That comes to a cease and settle. It's
Hmm.
war. It is war. That's why I said they can try, but don't do it. I beg they don't do it. Uh, now, how my man say no more talk? What's his name from
Willie D.
Willie D? No more
No
talk.
more talk.
No more talk. No more
I'm
talk.
telling you.
But you do have them that try to try. They did try to try, but they realized let me stop this trying. Yeah, nip that in the butt like really quick. Cause some of these men they are so treacherous, right? They'll act like they oh you such a better mama, or the kid acts so much better around you, or this one calls you mommy, or that one calls you grandma. But these men got some ish with them. They got as the other women you gonna have kids too, or you might have kids. Do not think the same thing is not gonna be done to you. That's why mind your business. You wasn't a fly on the wall. You wasn't there during the relationship time. No nothing. Mind your business.
You don't know nothing.
But they
Mm-mm.
always come back because I guarantee you, Selena can think of at least one time when Tina called her crying.
I don't know if I asked to that, but
I guarantee it. I would
I
put
think
money
that's
on it.
I think that's in the interview. If it's not in the interview, it's in the chat. But that question was
More than
it
likely.
was asked. It was asked. You're 100% correct. I had to ask that one. And I think, I don't know if she explained it on this or maybe on the chat. Remember, this is what's supposed to be the first one. But my dumb self put part two on. If you see, it's part two. Like, why do I got part two on there, right?
Cause like she said,
Oh,
leopard don't change in those spots.
Hmm.
So you
Especially she
know that
raising
woman
them
had to
kids.
call her. Yep.
She called her with her like frustrated, heartbroken, something. What do I do? You was right. I bet you at least once. At least once after all these years.
mm,
I know she has. She may have took it back and started acting funny again. I'm sure it's been peaks and valleys, all because that's how human nature is.
mm,
It don't make nobody no better, no worse, because it's life is complicated. Nobody, it doesn't come with a manual.
right.
My goal is to just be as respectful as I can and treat people how I want to be treated.
That's that's the number one rule, right? But you got a lot of even these men. They have these kids have a father. Thank you for stepping in, but these kids have parents. I don't care whomever else you get with. You pick that no good mofo, or you pick that 304 704, or that you pick that. That is that child's parent. Whether you like it, he like it, it don't matter who likes it. That's they have parents. And people think that you're gonna push them out and you manipulate them and everything. Women or men, stop. Don't let them do that. Men is quick for running away if they feel it. A lot of time it don't be nowhere near true, but that's the story they tell. So that's their story, and they sticking with it, and they
And they
sticking
stick
with it.
and they sticking to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, all I would tell is the next generation is stay away from the broken birds, because the ones that try to hit you with the sob stories as soon as you meet them and you think like, well, I could help him be better. No, you can't. He like she said, they don't change, and
No.
they putting it on to reel you in.
And I would say work on yourself. Learn what you like, what you don't like.
Hmm.
Travel, especially when you don't have responsibilities like children. Explore the world on your own.
Yes.
Find out things on your own. Research things on your own and be comfortable with being by yourself.
You don't need a partner. And you know what, women, and this is of all races, we are taught to just like, let the universe do its thing, the most high God, whatever, and just don't like, get the law involved or anything like that. You don't have to press no charges, but you should always put in some type of paperwork so that people know the goings on. Because men talk about snitches and they the biggest ones to run right to the law,
Womp womp.
and then
Word.
you'll
And
be SOL.
and I also wanted to show also because a lot of people, a lot of things Velvet say is true, right? If you listen to what her mother is saying, she did not have a
Hmm.
good upbringing, right? A lot of things she just said is true, and how she internalized it is I'm going out in this world after both of them, right? But boy, boy, was that the best. I mean,
She
it's
jumped in the ocean and couldn't swim. That's what that's about. Like, and
oh,
Velvet talks as
jeez.
if she the only one that's ever been through
Perfect
anything.
Yeah,
analogy.
but I mean, but that's their experience, right? We all been through it the same way. Everybody, people speak their experience, but she was a lion. There, a lot of things she wasn't saying. But baby, even if you was telling the truth, like you said, she jumped into you jumped into that pot, out the frying pan to the boiling water to the frying pan, or the frying pan to the boiling water,
Jumped
whatever
into
which
the
way it
ocean
go. God
without
dang
no life jacket.
it. I'm like, well, F y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Let me go on a combination. God damn it. Probably
And then
said, well,
she
shit. I was better off with these two people. But I
That's
think the
what
video.
she said to herself. I was miserable, so what do they know? So I'm just going to do it alone. And what a lot of
Mm,
these kids too, what I noticed with the American kids especially, you don't realize how good you have it, even if your parents is fussing and fighting. Y'all need to, if you want to go exploring, go to some of these third world countries and see the kids on the corner really for sale,
yeah.
or whose parent like and stuff like that, who's working in the coal mines all day or getting their fingers chopped off by colonizers if they don't bring enough cocoa beans. See how those
Mm,
kids really have it, and then think about how bad you have it.
how
Because
they
you have it
say.
better than most, and that's most of the world.
Yeah. And then they go out there and they ruin their lives and got to come right on back home. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that neither. So I'm not saying that as in, well, don't go back. Please go back home and start over. I'm not saying it as in don't go. No, regardless of what you're going through, if your parents said my door's always open, if you got that type of parent, then go on back home. Don't try to keep proving them wrong, because it's not going to happen. Because we've been here before you, right?
And it's not going to do nothing to them. It's going to hurt you more than them.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to wind up joining the cult. Like,
Eggs.
Selena ain't the one in the cult. Pops ain't the one in the cult. Tina ain't even in the cult.
And I know that haunts her. A lot of people is listen. Anywhere you go, is rules, regulations. Anywhere, even when you go to work, you can be independent as you want to. Once you clock in that clock, you work. You have a boss. Even if you are a person who own your own business,
Hmm.
your customers are your boss. Hey, I don't like how you did that. You put the button this way, take the picture that way. You can't be nasty to them neither, right? It's rules and regulations and everything. Even if you are your own boss, you can lose your business like that.
And you still gotta talk to like a leasing agent or whoever you running your website through. And there's always people you gotta answer to. The
You
people
still
that you
have
get
to
your
have great
merchandise
customer
from.
service.
What
Great
you say,
customer
That's
Key?
service. I said you still have to have great customer service.
Uh,
that too. That too. You can't curse you act with your hand out, curse out your customers with your hand out.
but I mean, they all. I'm glad they all now are together. I assume, and they got their bitch. She Selena don't play no boy. God, she go hustle. She go hustle. She gonna make that dollar. She gonna take whatever she know, and that's one thing I like about her. And that's one thing. Yeah, we
Hmm.
all gotta take whatever talents or whatever, because she got a cleaning business now. And baby stuff be spotless. She cleans it spotless. She shows the before and after. Whatever you can do, take it and you milk that sucker. Whatever God gave you that you good at, milk it.
She's a tough
Mm,
mom, but
Let
she
me
it's
tell you
all out
that.
of love. That energy is a love energy. And if that's the way she expressed it, you lucky to even have that because there's some mothers that really neglect their kid and they wish their mother would yell at them right now because they don't have that at all. Or
My
like
uh,
grandmother was hard on me, and I had a sort of Cinderella type of thing with her. But I
I bet
bet
you
you
could
what,
clean a house.
I bet you what, I go make that bag. I go have my clients next week. I'm going to clean a house. I
And
ain't playing no type of games. I turned that lemon into some lemonade, honey.
yep,
you
yep,
use the things
My
that they
big
teach.
storage locker with that money.
Use the things that they teach us every single day, even the things that we hated to do the most. But you find yourself cooking like them, cleaning like them, getting things done, making sure you at the kids' school and all that. You do that because of them. That's
yeah.
why my grandpa used to say, grandpa too, he was like, it's better to
Hmm.
be smacked with the truth than kissed with a bunch of lies.
Men
My
in
great
other
uncle was talking
countries.
to my other uncle, and he was complaining about my great grandmother, how she treated him, and he told him the same thing that I just said about my grandmother. She gave you an education, and what are you doing? You're in school right now, and that's what was going on with my uncle at the time. So he gave him another outlook on that, and it rang true.
You wasn't anybody, nobody here in the states, like even send most of, well, I can't say most, like, well, anybody here in the states, in the Western world, was not 6 years old plucking cocoa beans
Yeah.
and getting lashings if they didn't
Mm,
bring enough home. Everybody here in the states, especially, they were guaranteed an education. They were in trouble if they didn't get it. Their parents, their family was in trouble if they didn't get it. You sitting here complaining with an iPhone in your hand.
In other countries, they have to pay to go to school. They have to pay for their clothes for school, and I'm not just talking about regular clothes. They have to wear uniforms,
Uniforms.
uniforms. Yeah.
books, and everything.
And they
And that's a
walk.
privilege. And
And
they
they
walk
walk.
singing most of the time, hand in hand,
Or they take
singing.
taxi. Because I've seen 3 and 4 people stacked on a motorcycle on their way to school.
They find a way. That's a community. That's what we was talking about yesterday. How they get involved. If they see some bunch of kids trying to walk, having to walk to school 20 miles to school or whatever, an elder will come and just tell them all pile in as best you can. We don't get there. But here it's I'm a mind my business.
Hmm.
Mm, mm-hmm. Exactly. Hey, Puzzles. What's up, baby? Good to see you. And I
That's like
think,
the other day, like not too long ago. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go on.
no, I was going to say, I think we do. People, I bring people up on a panel on this one. But if y'all remember Giselle, right? That's it. I just say yes or no. We gotta go. It's over. I remember her because she used
No.
to be on. Hudson
Who?
does.
Who?
Giselle.
Oh yeah, I love Giselle.
Yeah. Hopefully she's okay because she's not back on the internet no more. Hopefully
From the
she's.
last person that I know that spoke to her said that she was good. And it
Yeah.
was about probably a month ago. I asked somebody, maybe 3 weeks, and it's like, oh yeah, I just spoke to her recently. She's good and
When
she's
she
doing
said
well.
when she said F this, she meant F this. F this ish. She meant F this ish. right? But she didn't have a channel anyway. She was just on channels. But
Mm-hmm.
so I gave people the can, I give people the right to come up, whether you like it or not. My job is to let you ask or speak to the people who, if you have who you have questions for, right? So I let people come up on it. We'll see that part tomorrow. Or maybe later on tonight. But I don't know what the hell I wrote part two for. Now I have to go back and this is from my other channel. That's not even from this channel, it's from my other channel. So I have
Ooh,
to go
Velvet,
back
just
and
like her mama.
oh yes, Lord. Now I gotta
Just
go back in there and take off the part two, right? What the hell? I be doing some dumb shit sometimes.
you're
I
not
gotta
the
laugh
only
at
one.
myself. I gotta laugh at myself. This is the interview. Maybe I meant part two from the chat and what went down in the chat the first two
Are you
times.
sure, Suge? Are you sure there's not another one? Because in this interview, you say it's not an interview. Like you stop the tape and like make it clear.
No, that's because people was getting on my nerves. So I tell people all the time, I don't do interviews. I do chats, right? We talk, right? And then if people have something to say in the chat, I will ask the question of what people want to know.
Mm-hmm.
But people think that I sit here. Remember, these are not planned. That's why I don't do interviews because it's never planned. So it's not like I have uh, a book with a bunch of questions to ask. Right now, so would you stop it? But if the chat have something to say, then I will ask them. Something the chat wants to know. I ain't doing that no more. Let's y'all tip like any other channel. Right? I keep being too nice to y'all. But if the question is really relevant, then I will ask the question.
I believe Selena. She understands why people were so abrasive with her, and she know because she's an abrasive woman herself. Even when it is love, I'm just like her too. But she knew that people didn't have all sides of the story. You could easily tell that. So she's a little bit more patient that I think right now than she would normally be in a normal setting, which is a good thing because but people need to cite their sources too. And when things like this hit both sides of the story, everyone's still alive, everyone's still breathing, everyone, especially Velva, when she left, she was thick as hell. Everyone was good and healthy, so it couldn't have been like a it just couldn't have been.
Yeah, then I set the tone to where it's a safe space, right? Some people make it a toxic space. Then it becomes a fighting match, and then I can't get information while everybody fighting, and right, and then
Hmm.
that person felt like this. The people felt like, why am I fighting with you if you brought me here and I'm telling you this, but you decide to tell me that? Then fuck it, whatever you say. I mean, whatever you say, then, right? Was whatever, and then we got to make room for people to change, right?
Hmm.
But somehow somebody was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe they changed. I don't
She's
know.
only 42. Like, well, at this time she was just 42.
44.
uh, Wait, I thought he was 49 and she said she was if she said 44.
I mean, I could rewind. I'm not gonna rewind it, but I could
Yeah,
rewind
that
it.
was
She
far
said she
back.
was right. She was 44.
That's still young. Beyonce, like that's around Beyonce's age, whether she believes it or not.
So now, yeah, and imagine 7 babies later, right? And so that's a whole house.
Not a chance to experience life with, like, has she ever been alone? Could you go straight from
No.
teenagehood to a
Mm-hmm,
motherhood and
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
to process the way her mind works? She was always
mm-hmm.
on go.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. It's an old one, Kev. I went into the archives. And it took me forever ever to find this. Even you see the title, her natural birth. I should have put mother there, but maybe that's why I couldn't find it by the title. But I was not playing today. I found it. Who this Harpo? But I would definitely be coming back. I don't know what I'm coming back with, but I would definitely be coming back because I want us to hear some of the things that the people had to say. So I'm gonna come on back. I'm gonna go on and get me. Then I can get my munchies together. But I'll be back, guys. Unless y'all want to say something else.
Um, no.
All right, we will continue this part two, the part two of the part two. All right, guys. Thank you, my beautiful queens, for being up here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you kindly.
I can eat in peace. I She is, Cab. She is very, very, very.
Thank you for monitoring, Jackie.